सो हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक। एंड ये हमारा चौथी वीडियो है इस सीरीज़ की। सो वी आर सॉल्विंग लीनियर इक्वेशंस इन टू वेरिएबल्स विच इज़ चैप्टर 4 ऑफ क्लास 9th। हमने लास्ट वीडियो में कुछ एग्जांपल सॉल्व करे थे विच आर अंडर द सेक्शन 4.4 इन NCERT। आज हम सॉल्व करेंगे एक्सरसाइज 4.3। ओके, सो अगर आपने पिछली वीडियोज़ नहीं देखी तो एक बार आप वो भी जाके देख लीजिए ताकि ये एक्सरसाइज आपको काफ़ी ईजी लगे। एंड बाकी हम इसको स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं अभी। Okay, so we are solving exercise number 4.3. Okay, so the first question says, question number 1. So draw the graph of each of the following linear equation in two variable. So हमें चार equations दे रखी हैं, हमें इनके graph draw करने हैं. So first equation is, this is question number 1. First equation is x plus y equals to 4, right? So इसका graph draw करना है. So let me draw x and y axis. This is x, this is y, this is 0 comma 0. We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, here we have 4 3 2 and 1. okay, सो इजी वे था, हमने पहले भी डिस्कस करा है. सो हम देखेंगे कि एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस को किस कोऑर्डिनेट पे काटती है. सो द बेस्ट वे इज टू ड्रॉ अ लाइन is basically to find out where it cuts x-axis and where it cuts y-axis, right? So intersection with x-axis, so we put y equals to 0, right? So in the above equation we put y equal to 0, x plus 0 equals to 4. That means it cuts x-axis at 4 comma 0, right? Similarly, intersection with y-axis, so we put x equals to 0, so we get 0 plus y equals to 4. That means it cuts y-axis at 0 comma 4. So मेरे पास ये दोनों points हैं. This line passes through these 2 points, so I plot these 2 points, right? And I will go and draw a straight line through these 2 points, right? So this line is x plus y equals to 4. okay, so अगर हम टेबल में इसको देखें तो हम एक पॉइंट्स और डाल देते हैं. if I have to draw a table with 3 entries of x and y, right? So for x equals to 0 we have y equals to 4, for y equals to 0 we have x equals to 4, and let's say we put x equals to 1 here. So what we will get y, so we put x equals to 1 in this equation, right? So 1 plus y equals to 4, so you will get y equals to 3. okay, so when x equals to 1, y equals to 3, and this is the graphical representation of the line x plus y equals to 4, right? So we have solved our first example. Now we move to second. So this is the second part of question number 1. So it says we have to draw a line for the equation x minus y equals to 2. okay, similarly हम देख लेते हैं x axis और y axis को कहाँ पे कट करेगी. right, this is my y axis, this is x axis, right? So intersection with x axis, so we will substitute y equals to 0, right? So in this equation, when I put y equals to 0, that gives me x equals to 2, right? So it will cut x axis at 2 comma 0. Now I'll find out intersection with y axis, so I substitute x equals to 0 in this equation. So 0 minus y equals to 2. So this is minus y equals to 2. Multiplying both the sides by minus 1, we will get y equals to minus 2, right? So it cuts y axis at 0 comma minus 2. So these are the 2 points, correct? So if I draw, this is my 0 0, right? 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 and minus 4. okay, so it passes through 2 comma 0, that means this point, and the equation also passes through 0 comma minus 2. So here we have 0 comma minus 2, right? So my line is this one, right? So this line is x minus y equals to 2. Let me find one more solution for this line. So we have x, y, when x equals to 0, when y equals to 0. When x equals to 0, y is minus 2. And when y equals to 0, x is 2. Let's say we put x equals to 1 in the above equation to find out the third solution. So when x equals to 1, so substituting value of x in this equation, 1 minus y equals to 2. Subtracting 1 from both the sides, minus y equals to 2 minus 1 is 1, or multiplying both the sides by minus 1. So y equals to minus 1, right? So now let's move to the third part, which says, so the equation is y equals to 3x. So it is of the type y equals to mx, right? So it will pass through origin. तो ये कुछ इस तरह की तो line होगी, right? It will pass through origin 0, 0, right? So let us substitute the values of x. Let's say when x equals to 1, we get y equals to 3 into 1, which is 3. So this line will also pass through 1, 3, right? Let's substitute x equals to 2. So we get y equals to 3 into 2, which is 6. So it will also pass through 2, 6. So I have sufficient points. Let's say this is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll extend it. 5, 6. Okay. So this line will go through this, right? So it will pass through 0, 0, 1, 3, somewhere here, and 2, 6 here, right? So the line is like this one. So this represents y equals to 3x. Okay, we'll move to the fourth question now. Fourth says 3 equals to 2x plus y. Okay, we can write it as 2x plus y equals to 3. Now we will see where it cuts x-axis. So we'll put y equals to 0, right? So this becomes 2x equals to 3. Divide both the sides by 3, x equals to 3 by 2, or 1.5, right? Now we'll see where it cuts y-axis. So we'll substitute x equals to 0 in the above equation. So 2 times 0 is 0 plus y equals to 3. That means y equals to 3. So it will cut y-axis as 0, 3. Okay. So इसको बनाना और भी आसान हो जाएगा. So here's my x-axis, here's my y-axis. So it will cut x-axis at 0, this is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So so we have to plot 3 by 2. That means 1.5, 0. So 1.5 would be here. Okay, and it will cut y-axis at 0, 3 here. Right, so we can draw one line in this fashion, right? So this line denotes 2x plus y equals to 3. इसका एक solution और देख लेते हैं क्या हो सकता है. So when x is equal to 0, y is 3. When y equals to 0, x is 1.5 or 3 by 2. Let's say when x equals to 1, what we will get? 2 times 1 plus y equal to 3. So y equals to 3 minus 2, which is 1. So this line will also pass through 1, 1. Right, so we have solved question number 1. So let's go to question number 2. Okay, so the question says give the equation of two lines passing through 2, 14. So this is question number 2. So we have to give equation of two lines passing through this point 2, 14. How many more such lines are there and why? So उन्होंने बोला कि 2, 14 से कितनी लाइंस पास हो सकती हैं. ऐसे ही हमें एक्चुअली दो एग्जांपल्स देने हैं ऐसे सच लाइन का. और हमें बताना है कि ऐसी कितनी लाइंस और हो सकती हैं और क्यों, बिकॉज हमने पहले भी डिस्कस करा एक एग्जांपल में एक पॉइंट के थ्रू इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ लाइंस जा सकती हैं, राइट, करेक्ट. And to find out equation of any such lines, we can just add these two numbers because this represents x, this represents y, right? So as such line कितनी हो जाएंगी अगर मैं इन दोनों को ऐड कर देता हूँ, 2 plus 14 becomes 16, or we can write x plus y equals to 16. So this is my first equation, right? Or I can go and do, let's say, y minus x equals to 12, right? Y 14 minus 2 equals to 12, or I can write y minus x equals to 12. This is my second equation, right? Or I can also write 7 times x, right? 7 into 2 becomes 14, so 7 times x equals to y, right? Or 7x minus y equals to 0, right? So this is my third equation. Question में से दो ही लाइंस पूछी हैं, दो हमने कोई भी दो, हम ऐसे इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ लाइंस जा सकती हैं, आप कितने भी कॉम्बिनेशंस बना सकते हैं इनके, राइट? So we have solved 3 here, and this sums up our question number 2. So we'll go to question number 3 now, which says if a point 3 comma 4, so this point 3 comma 4, it lies on the graph of the equation 3y equals to ax plus 7, right? Then we have to find the value of a. Okay, so 3 comma 4 lies on this line, right? That means 3 comma 4 is a solution of this line. So we'll substitute x equals to 3 and y equals to 4 in this equation, right? So 3 times y is 4 equals to a into x. X is 3, so it becomes 3a plus 7. So 4 into 3 becomes 12 equals to 3a plus 7. We'll subtract 7 from both the sides, so we'll get 5 here equals to 3a. We'll divide by 3, so a becomes 5 by 3, right? Now we move to question number 4, which says the taxi fare in the city is as follows. So कह रहा है कि एक टैक्सी है जिसका फेयर उसने बताया है, कहता फॉर द फर्स्ट किलोमीटर द फेयर इज ₹8. तो फर्स्ट किलोमीटर अगर वो चलेगी, सो उसका एक फिक्स प्राइस रहेगा फर्स्ट किलोमीटर चलने का, विच इज ₹8, ओके. एंड फॉर द सब्सिक्वेंट डिस्टेंस इट इज ₹5 पर किलोमीटर. सो फर्स्ट किलोमीटर के बाद जितने भी एक्स्ट्रा किलोमीटर्स वो चलेगी आफ्टर फर्स्ट किलोमीटर, the fare becomes ₹5 per kilometer. ₹5 per kilometers, and this is the fare for a first kilometer, okay? So taking the distance covered as x. So अब उसने बोला कि हमें distance covered जो है, we have to take x kilometers, okay? And the total fare is ₹y. So total fare ₹y, okay? सो हमें लिखना है अभी, राइट अ लीनियर इक्वेशंस फॉर दिस इन्फॉर्मेशन एंड ड्रॉ इट्स ग्राफ. तो लीनियर इक्वेशन लिखनी है, फिर उसका ग्राफ बनाना है. सो लीनियर इक्वेशन तो काफ़ी आसान हो जाएगी. लेट्स से कि आपने x किलोमीटर्स चला, राइट? तो फर्स्ट किलोमीटर के ₹8 थे, एंड सब्सिक्वेंट तो बचे हुए कितने किलोमीटर्स बच गए, x-1 किलोमीटर. सो x-1 किलोमीटर्स के लिए आप ₹5 चार्ज करें. सो आपने टोटल कितना कॉस्ट हुआ आपका, टोटल फेयर इज ₹y. सो टोटल कॉस्ट इक्वल्स टू फेयर ऑफ फर्स्ट kilometer is ₹8, right? Plus now the fare of remaining distance कितना हुआ आपका, x-1, right? x-1 into the cost of every kilometers after first kilometer, which is ₹5, right? So this becomes my total fare, which is denoted by y. So we have to solve this. So y equals to 8 plus 5 into x becomes 5x minus 5, right? So 8 minus 5 becomes 3. So y equals to 5x plus 3. So this is my equation. इसको generalized form में अगर मैं लिखता हूँ तो ये ऐसे आएगी 5x minus y plus 3 equals to 0. Correct? अब इसका ग्राफ, हम बहुत सारे ग्राफ ऑलरेडी बना चुके हैं, सो देख लेते हैं एक बार, इसका ग्राफ भी ड्रॉ करते हैं यहाँ पे. दिस इज y, दिस इज x एक्सिस. सो लेट्स सी ये x एक्सिस को कहाँ पे काटेगी, सो विल सब्स्टिट्यूट y इक्वल्स टू 0. सो दिस बिकम्स 5x plus 3 equals to 0. Subtracting 3 from both the sides, dividing by 5 minus 3 by 5, right? So ये x एक्सिस को कट कर रही है -3/5, 0 पे. Okay. Now we will see ये y axis को कहाँ पे कट कर रही है. So we'll substitute x equals to 0 in this equation, right? 5 into 0 minus y plus 3 equals to 0. So this becomes 0 minus y plus 3 equals to 0. We'll subtract 3 from both the sides, so minus y equals to minus 3. We'll multiply both the sides by -1, so which gives y equals to 3, correct? So one point is -3/5, 0, and second point is 0, 3. So if this is 3 here, so 0, 0, right? So say 1, 2, 3. So this is 0, 3, right? And we have -3/5, so which will lie between 0 and 1. So let's say if I have 1 here, so -3/5 is basically -0.6, right? So this will lie between 0 and -1. So let's say we will take that point here. So हम इन दोनों के थ्रू एक लाइन ड्रॉ कर देते हैं ऐसे. So this line denotes the total cost, right? Which is y equals to 5x plus 3 or 5x minus y plus 3 equals to 0, right? So we have solved this question as well. So we are done with question number 4. We'll move to question number 5 then. Okay, so question number 5 says, from the choice given below, choose the equations whose graph are given in figure 4.6 and 4.7. So 4.6 की figure में, this is question number 5, right? So दोनों figures में बना देता हूँ इधर. This is figure 4.6 and this is figure 4.7. So 4.6 में इसने origin से pass करा रखा है एक line. Sorry. So we'll go for question number 5. This is x, this is y. A line is passing through origin. Okay. And this line is also passing through a point -1, 1. Right, and it is also passing through 1, -1 here. Okay, so this is figure 4.6. Let me draw figure 4.7 as well. Okay, so this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. This line is passing through, this point is 0, 2, and it is passing through 2, 0. And it's also passing through -1, 3. Right. So now let's see. First के लिए हमें उन्होंने 4 options दे रखे हैं और उसने पूछा इस line की equation क्या होगी. First option is y equals to x. Second option is x plus y equals to 0. Third option is y equals to 2x. And fourth option is 2 plus 3y equals to 7x. 2 plus 3y equals to 7x. So because this is passing through origin, right? So इसकी equation y equals to mx वाली form की होगी, correct? So ये तो हमारा eliminate हो गया already. So this is not the right answer. So this is also y equals to mx. This is also y equals to mx. इसको मैं ऐसे भी लिख सकता हूँ y equals to minus x, right? And this is also y equals to mx. Now we see कि कौन से so 2 points को और satisfy कर रहे हैं. So these are the solution of this equation, right? So इस point को ले लेते हैं. Here x equals to -1 and y equals to 1. अब देखते हैं कि कौन सा इन तीनों में से कौन सी चीज़ इसको satisfy कर रही है. So y equals to x. So -1 is not equals to 1. So this is also not a solution, right? Now let's see this x plus y equals to 0 or y equals to -x. So x plus y, that means -1 plus 1 is equal to 0, right? So this satisfies first point and इसको भी check कर लेते हैं एक बार. Y equal to 2x. So if I substitute y as 1, x as -1, so these two are not equal, right? So this is my solution of the linear equation. So this line represents x plus y equal to 0, right? अब हम इसके सेकंड पार्ट पे आ जाते हैं, जिसके लिए फिगर ये दे रखी है। सो इसके 2 पॉइंट्स दे रखे हैं, 0,2, 2,0। ऐसे हमने बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स करे हैं। सो देख के ही मैं बता सकता हूँ दिस इज x प्लस वाई इक्वल टू 2, बिकॉज ये 2,0 पे कट करती है एक्स एक्सिस को, राइट, एंड 0,2 पे कट करती है वाई एक्सिस को। आई सब्स्टिट्यूट x इक्वल्स टू 0, right, to find out its coordinate on y-axis where it cuts. So I get 0,2, right. दूसरे तरीके से भी कर लेते हैं, ऑप्शंस लिखते हैं पहले। इसका फर्स्ट ऑप्शन उसने दे रखा है y इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस 2, सेकेंड ऑप्शन है y इक्वल्स टू एक्स माइनस 2, थर्ड ऑप्शन है y इक्वल टू माइनस एक्स प्लस 2, और इसको मैं ऐसे भी लिख सकता हूँ एडिंग x ऑन बोथ द साइड्स। सो दिस इज y प्लस एक्स माइनस एक्स प्लस एक्स इज 0 इक्वल्स टू 2, और x प्लस वाई इक्वल टू 2। सो आंसर तो मुझे दिख ही रहा है अभी, बट इसको पॉइंट्स को भी सब्स्टिट्यूट करके देख लेते हैं जस्ट टू डबल कंफर्म। 6, राइट। सो दिस पासिस थ्रू 2,0। सो इफ आई सब्स्टिट्यूट x इक्वल्स टू 2, सो y मेरे को 0 मिलता है क्या? इस इक्वेशन में नहीं मिल रहा, बिकॉज 2 प्लस 2 बिकम्स 4, so this is not a solution, right? Now I substitute x equals to 2, so y becomes 0, right? So y equals to x को 2 सब्सटीट्यूट करा, 2 minus 2 y equals to 0. So अभी ये एक कैंडिडेट है सॉल्यूशन का, राइट। आगे चलते हैं, सब्सटीट्यूट x equals to 2, y equals to 0, राइट। सो दिस सेटिस्फाइज, सो ये भी एक सॉल्यूशन हो सकता है अभी, राइट। एंड हेयर इफ आई सब्सटीट्यूट x equals to 2, I don't get y equals to 0. So 2 plus 2y equal to 6. Subtract 2 from both the sides, 2y equals to 4. So this will give y equals to 2. Right? So y should be 0. So ये भी नहीं है। So अभी दो इक्वेशंस आएंगे, ये भी हो सकता है सॉल्यूशन, ये भी हो सकता है सॉल्यूशन, राइट। Now we will check other point which is 0,2, right? So for this equation, if I substitute x equals to 0, I get y equals to minus 2, correct, but y equals to 2 चाहिए यहाँ पे, because this is the solution, so we also reject this one, right? So my correct answer for this question is this one, x plus y equals to 2. Okay, अब आगे चलते हैं, question number 6, 7, 8, these three are remaining. So for question number 6, let's see, so we'll go to question number 6, which says if the work done by a body on an application of a constant force is directly proportional to, so work done is proportional to the distance traveled by the, let's say the distance is d, distance traveled by the body, right? So express this in the form of equation in two variables and draw the graph of the same by taking the constant forces as 5 units. Okay, so if we remove this proportionality sign by equal to sign, so we introduce another constant. So work done W is equal to a constant into distance traveled, right? Or if I represent work done as y equals to constant into distance is x, right? So this is y equals to mx of form, correct? So now it says draw the graph of the same by taking constant force as 5 units. So constant force को उसने बोला हम इसको 5 units लेना है, so this becomes y equals to 5 into x, right? So we have to draw the graph of the line y equals to 5x. Okay, अब दो क्वेश्चंस उसने और पूछा, वो कहता है कि when the distance traveled is 2 units, right? So we have to find out what is the work done. So work done equals to 5 into x is 2 now. So work done for the first part is work done or y equals to 5 into 2, right, which is 10 units, right? For the second part, it says when the distance traveled is 0 units, so we'll substitute x as 0. So y equals to 5 into 0. This becomes work done equals to 0 units, right? अब एक चीज़ रह जाती है इस क्वेश्चन की कि इसका मेरे को ग्राफ बनाना है, y equals to 5x, right? So this is y equals to mx type of equation, so it will pass through origin. So ये यहाँ से तो पास होगी 0,0. We need one more point to draw this, so we'll substitute x equals to 1. So which will give me y equals to 5. So it will also pass through 1,5. So let's say 5 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will pass through. So this will be my y equals to 5x line, right? So we are done with question number 6. Now we have question number 7, which says, Yamini and Fatima, two students of class 9th of the school, together contributed rupees 100 towards Prime Minister's Relief Fund to help the earthquake victims. Write a linear equation which satisfies this data. You may take contributions as x and y, right? So ये उसी तरह का क्वेश्चन हो गया जैसे हमने पहले एग्जांपल्स में करा था कि दो बैट्समैन ने मिलके 176 रन्स बनाए. यहाँ पे क्या है, दो, there are two girls, Yamini and Fatima, who together have contributed rupees 100, right? So let's say the contribution of Yamini is contribution of Yamini equals to rupees x, right? And contribution of Fatima rupees y, right? And they together have contributed rupees 100 towards Prime Minister Relief Fund. So they together have contributed, that means x plus y equals to 100, right? So this is my linear equation in two variables, right? And we have to draw the graph of this equation as well. So x plus y equals to 0, so it will cut x axis at, I will put y equals to 0, that means 100, 0. And ये y axis को कहाँ पे काटेगी? I'll put x equals to 0 there, so that means 0, 100. Correct? So if I scale down my x-axis and y-axis, I'll take 10 units. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, let's say 100 यहाँ पे आता है. And similarly on y-axis 100 यहाँ पे, right? So the equation will be like this, right? So ये straight line बनाना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल रहता है इसमें. So but आप जब graph पे draw करेंगे, so it will come as a straight line, right? So this equation denotes x plus y equals to 100. Okay. Now we move towards the last question of this exercise, which is question number 8. So I'll take a new page here. Question number 8. Okay. So it says in a country like USA and Canada, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, whereas in countries like India, it is measured in Celsius. So USA, Canada जैसी countries में वो कहते हैं कि जो temperature measure करते हैं लोग वो Fahrenheit यूनिट्स में करते हैं, और इंडिया में जो टेम्परेचर मेजर करते हैं वो सेल्सियस में करते हैं. सो उन्होंने एक लीनियर इक्वेशन ऑलरेडी दे रखी है विच कन्वर्ट्स फ़ारेनहाइट टू सेल्सियस. सो बिकॉज हमारे पास अगर फ़ारेनहाइट में है तो हम उसको सेल्सियस में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं, और सेल्सियस में है तो उसको फ़ारेनहाइट में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. उसका एक उन्होंने इक्वेशन दे रखी है विच इज़ F इक्वल्स टू 9/5 इंटू C प्लस 32, राइट, वेयर C डिनोट्स सेल्सियस एंड F डिनोट्स फ़ारेनहाइट्स, राइट. सो इसको एक थोड़ा सा लीनियर फॉर्म में, सो लेट्स से मैं फ़ारेनहाइट को y से डिनोट कर देता हूँ, राइट, या फिर इसको F ही रहने देते हैं अभी, राइट. Okay, so F equals to 9/5 into C plus 32. So let's say if I multiply both the equations, both sides of the equations by 5. So this becomes 5 into F or 5F. So 5, this is equal to 5 into 9/5 C plus 5 into 32, right? So this becomes 5F equals to 9C plus this becomes 160, right? So here is my linear equation. इसको मैं let's say अगर मेरे पास Fy है तो आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो 5y, C को मैं x से रिप्लेस कर देता हूँ, राइट, जस्ट कि आप उसको y और x के टर्म्स में रिलेट कर पाएँ, राइट. सो ये मेरे पास एक लीनियर इक्वेशन आ गई, करेक्ट. अब वो कहता है कि ड्रॉ द ग्राफ ऑफ लीनियर इक्वेशंस above using Celsius for x-axis and Fahrenheit for y-axis, right? So Fahrenheit को अगर y ले लिया और Celsius को x ले लिया, so this becomes this is my linear equation. अब इसकी हमें ग्राफ ड्रॉ करना है, so that let's say कि ये x-axis को कहाँ पे कट करेगी. So we'll substitute y equals to 0 there. That means 5 into 0 becomes 0. 9x plus 60, subtracting 160 from both the sides, so this becomes minus 60 equals to 9x. Dividing by 9, x equals to minus 160 divided by 9, right? So it cuts x-axis at minus 160 by 9, 0. अब देखते हैं ये y-axis को कहाँ पे कट करेगी. So we'll substitute x equals to 0 here. So 5y equals to 9 into 0 is 0. This is 160 is divided by 5 on both the sides. So y equals to 160 divided by 5, which is equal to 32. So it will cut y-axis at 0, 32. So x और y के कोऑर्डिनेट्स आपके पास हैं, इसको आप इजीली प्लॉट कर सकते हैं. करेक्ट. सो आई लीव इट अप टू यू कि आप इसको प्लॉट करिए, विच इज़ वेरी इजी. हमारे पास कोऑर्डिनेट्स हैं, बस आपको इनको प्लॉट करना है अपने उस पे एंड स्ट्रेट लाइन थ्रू दीज 2 पॉइंट्स, राइट. सो विल गेट द ग्राफ. अब आगे चलते हैं, विच इज़ द पार्ट 2 ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. What does it say? It says if the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit, right? So मेरे पास ये इक्वेशन है. If the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, means C is 30 here. So what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So 5F equals to 9 into C. C is 30 plus 160. So F equals to, this is 270 plus 160 divided by, so we'll divide both the sides by 5, right? So this becomes 430 divided by 5, or which is equal to 86 degree Fahrenheit, right? So when the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, it means in Fahrenheit we have 86 degree Fahrenheit, right? Now third part says if the temperature is 95 degree Fahrenheit, what is the temperature in Celsius? So we'll substitute F by 95 here. So 5 into 95 equals to 9C plus 160. So this becomes 475. We will subtract 160 from both the sides. So this becomes 9C. So we have 315 equals to 9C, or C equals to 315 divided by 9, right? So this comes out as, so 9 3s are 27, 5s are 45, right? So when the temperature is 95 degree Fahrenheit, so it is 35 degree Celsius, right? Now we'll move to next part, which says, the fourth part, which says if the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So if the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, that means we substitute 0 here. So I will get 5F equals to 9 into 0 is 0 plus 160. I'll divide both the sides by 5. So F equals to 160 divided by 5, which is 32 degree Fahrenheit, right? So it says if the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So this is the temperature in Fahrenheit. And now it says if the temperature is 0 degree Fahrenheit, what is the temperature in Celsius? Now this is 0, F is 0, right? So the equation becomes 0, 9C plus 160. I'll subtract 160 from both the sides. I'll get 9C, or C equals to minus 160 divided by 9. So this is approximately 9, 70, 9 7s are 63, 70, 7s are 63. So this is nearly 17.77 degrees Celsius, और इसको हम अप्रॉक्सीमेट करके लिख सकते हैं -17.8 degree Celsius, right? So we are done with the fourth part of this question as well. Now we'll move to fifth part, which says if there is a temperature which is numerically the same in both Fahrenheit and Celsius, is there a temperature? अब वो कह रहा है कि ऐसा कोई टेम्परेचर है जो कि सेम नंबर आया हमारे पास फ़ारेनहाइट्स में भी और सेल्सियस में भी. इफ़ यस, फाइंड इट. So that means Fahrenheit or Celsius same है, so I can replace Celsius by Fahrenheit and find the value of Fahrenheit. So that gives me the number, right, in this equation. So 5F equals to 9C plus 160. क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में वो बोल रहा है कि कोई ऐसा टेम्परेचर है जहाँ पे दोनों फ़ारेनहाइट और सेल्सियस सेम हो, राइट. सो हम वही निकालने के लिए, सो वी विल सब्स्टिट्यूट सेल्सियस बाय फ़ारेनहाइट फॉर दिस पार्ट. सो 5F equals to 9F plus 160. Okay. So I'll subtract 9f from both the sides. So that means 5f minus 9f equals to 160. This becomes minus 4f equals to 160, or f equals to minus 40, right? So this is the temperature where we have Celsius equals to Fahrenheit at minus 40, right? So we are done with all the questions of this exercise, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll go and see the equations for the line parallel to x-axis and line parallel to y-axis. वैसे हम ये पहले भी discuss कर चुके हैं, so next exercise will be pretty easy for you if you have watched my previous videos. So yeah, thank you, and please like, share and subscribe.